October 18, 10 a.m. District Court, Courtroom number 4. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. And with this I shall welcome you all again back to our dear Pheonix as he tries to shovel his way through whatever this is. I'm Gloomy, I'm happy to have you here, and the prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. Prosecution will show the court that at 2:30 p.m. on October 15th, the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, killed fellow actor Jack Hammer in Studio 1 of Global Studios. It is impossible for anyone else to have committed this heinous crime. The evidence presented during the trial will all point to this fact. I see. Very well, I would like to move on to some testimonies. Mr. Edgeworth, the prosecution may call its first witness. Very well, I call the most familiar face, Detective Gumshoe, to the stand. Detective, if you would briefly describe this case to the court? Yes, sir, I'll explain it with the guide map here. To understand the case, it's important to grasp the layout of CSC. This here is the employee area. The actors did a run-through of their action scenes during the morning here. This is the main gate to the studios. The security lady that works at the studios was here at 1 p.m. on that day. Past the security station, there's the gate, not a grate. You'd be grating yourself. Oh my god, this would be... Oh no, I am sorry. Past that are the studios. And here it is, Studio 1. This is the scene of the murder, where the body was found. Now on the day of the murder, October 15th, there were only 3 people here. The victim, Jack Hammer, the defendant, Will Powers, and a young woman, the production assistant. Well, that's already wrong, because there was the old lady. Or does he mean in the Studio 1? All the production staff were in the employee area at noon. Then, after launch, the victim, Jack Hammer, went to Studio 1. Right after that, at 1 p.m., the security lady got to the guard station. Now jump ahead to later that day, 5 p.m. The production staff came to Studio 1 to perform a rehearsal. Needless to say, the rehearsal was cancelled. The time of death was 2:30 p.m. The samurai spear found lodged in the victim's chest was the murder weapon. That's the case in brief. Anyone like to hear that again? Should I listen to that whole thing again? God no, please not. I think I can probably remember that. The sort of murder weapon was a spear. Oh, medieval. The spear was found stuck in the chest of the victim. Samurai spear added to the court record. Your Honor, this case is quite simple if you ask one question. And that question is... what did the security lady at the guard station see? Understood. Let's call the security officer to the stand. Will the witness declare her name? Old Bag. Huh? My, aren't you a handsome fellow? I'm afraid I'm a bit flustered. Your name, please. Oh dearie, no need for you to be embarrassed. Just call me Grandma. Your name, please. Seems Edgeworth has a bit of trouble getting his witness to say their names. Wendy Oldbeck, dearie. So just call me Grandpa. Or so even if I was young and Oldbeck. Still are the other children. Believe it, but there was no... Oh god, I give up. I give up. Objection! I object to witness talkativeness. Objection sustained. The witness will refrain from rambling on the stand. I was just getting to the good part, dearie. Perhaps we can get to the testimony. Now then, the witness was stationed at the main gate on the day of the murder, correct? Yes, I was. And to get to the scene of the murder, someone would have to pass by you. You know your stuff, dearie. You may begin your testimony. She sure is one hell of an old bag. Alright. On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 PM. Poor old Hammer and the rest had been doing a run-through there since the morning. I had some errands to run that morning. Anyway, it was 1 when I got to the guard station. I was at the main gate from then until 5. Now, the murder happened at 2:30 PM, right? Interesting to me because a certain man walked by me at 2 PM. It was Powers, that man right there, and he was heading toward the studio. You saw the defendant then? Very well, let's begin the cross-examination. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. I'm sorry if I might sound somehow wrong sometimes, or can't get the words straight. It's still early in the morning. Alright, this seems fine though. Yeah, that's fine as well. Oh wait, give me that. Press that for that. What kind of errands? Oh, well, you know. Answer the question. Actually, I was watching poor Hammer and Powers observing, you know? Observing? Weren't you supposed to be at the guard station? Whipsnappers! I told you I locked the gate, didn't I? I did my job. I'm not sure your boss would see it that way. Anyway, I always watch Hammer's run-throughs. Always. Never missed one in all my years. Wow, I want to see a Steel Samurai run-through too. You could quit being a spirit medium and take up guard duty. Not a bad idea. Anyway, it was 1 when I got to the guard station. Alright. I was at the main gate from then until yes. Now the murder happened, yes. Interesting to me. Yeah, let's press this one. 2? You sure? Sure as spit. Well, who was the man? Really, you should try not to get so excited at your age. You might strain something. No, don't get your skivvies all in bunch. I'll tell you who it was. It was Powers, that man right there, and he was heading to the studios. Let me press that one. So you saw Mr. Powers? That's what I said. Got wax in your ears, Sonny? Nick, this is your chance. Yeah, time to pull out the secret weapon. I'll say again, it was him. Right. I do seem to take this one. Let me get this straight, Oldback. Miss Oldback. You've been saying since yesterday that you saw Mr. Powers, correct? But you're talking about the man in this photo, aren't you? Just a moment, Mr. Wright. Let me see that photo. What is this exactly? None other than Steel Samurai, defender of the Neo Old Tokyo. Miss Oldback. Is this the Mr. Powers you saw? Of course, didn't your mama teach you any sense, Sonny? Anyone can plainly see that's Powers, right? No, they can't. Well, I mean, I wonder. True, Mr. Powers does play the role of the Steel Samurai. But that doesn't mean Mr. Powers is the Steel Samurai. I know that. I wasn't born yesterday. No one in this court is accusing you of that, Miss Witness. He's having trouble calling her Oldback, apparently. However, you do not have proof that the person in this photo is Mr. Will Powers, do you? Nosy old man. Of course I have proof. What? Huh? Even Edgeworths is surprised. The prosecution would like to ask the witness. Please make known all the information in your possession ahead of time. How was I to know anyone would be so nosy? You should be ashamed, all of you. Anyway, I showed that photo to the young detective. He told me, this isn't any good as evidence, Paul. He didn't even give it a second look. Wow, old Whiteback has left even Edgeworths speechless. She's good. Let's hear about your proof then. Man in the photo. I never say anything I don't mean, mind you. That morning during that run-through of the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. Apparently he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Now, look at the picture. You can see he's dragging his leg. See? Clear as day. That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy? You see that the pants don't fit him? So he had sprained his ankle? Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. He's gotta be hiding something. I'll press her until she squeals. Yeah, could we talk about the pants, please? I never say anything. I don't mean. Okay, right. Just tell me why. Which snap ass. Hey, I haven't said anything. I'll have you know I am not pointing fingers at anyone behind their backs. Everything I've said, yow today, always whining about others pointing. It's enough to make an... Mr. Wright, please, for all our sakes, try not to upset the witness. I think Edgeworth hasn't met this match. Right? Who was present at the run-through? Well, let's see. There was Powers, he's the Steel Samurai. Then poor old Hammer, the evil magistrate. And me. And what exactly were you doing? Observing. Just observing. What about his assistant? Oh, she was off moving backdrops around and such. So she didn't see the run-through then. Saw Powers trip and fall. This is interesting. Trip and fall? Yes, and I think he's supposed to be the Steel Samurai. What a laugh. So Powers sprained his ankles. I helped make it better for him, of course. You helped make it better? I kissed it where it hurt. Let's just skip over that part, shall we? Where was the assistant then? Oh, her? She was cleaning the backdrops, I think. She didn't know about Powers' ankles. Ah. You may continue your testimony. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. Let's break this one, can we? He broke a prop? Sure did. His own samurai spear. A samurai spear? The murder weapon? Luckily I was there with my duct tape to fix it. This strikes me as a significant detail. It'd be better to write this down in the court take. The murder weapon. A break in shaft has been mended with duct tape. No, I see that. Apparently he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Alright. Was Mr. Powers' ankle badly sprained? Not as so bad that he couldn't walk around. He went to his dressing room to rest up after lunch. Lost a nap. Anyway, I saw him dragging his food when he walked. Dragging his food, okay. I think we've heard enough, haven't we, Your Honor? Well, there is one thing that bothers me. Which is? Where is this Steel Samurai costume now? Actually, well, we couldn't find it. We were looking though. Anyway, that's not important. The witness did see the Steel Samurai, yes. And it is clear that the person in the Steel Samurai suit was Mr. Will Powers. I suppose that's right. Are you sure, Your Honor? Object. Hold it right there. We keep talking possibilities, but we have to agree that this photo shows the Steel Samurai. Nowhere in these photos can we see Mr. Will Powers. The defense has a point. I also wonder if someone else not caught on the camera could have killed Mr. Hammer. We have to consider that possibility, also. Then, allow me to remove the doubt from your mind, Your Honor. Will the witness continue her testimony, please? Oh, no, don't you ask twice. Witness account continue. The time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m., right? The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them. Doesn't sound right. There seems to be another deleted photo earlier. So if no one else went to the studio, Then it would have to be the Steel Samurai who did it. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Time of poor Hammer's death was, yeah, that's true. Let's press that still. How do you know that? Didn't I just explain? I gave donuts to the young detective. And then after some rubbish about it being a secret pal, he told me everything. I see Detective Gumshoe shares his fellow officer's fondness over donuts. The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers. Are you absolutely sure? Oh, quite, Sonny. Nobody suspicious looking passed by at all. Nobody suspicious looking. Right. No one else went there. What about before you got to the guard station? You mean before one? Why, everyone was in the employee area before then. And I locked the main gate so no one could get in. You see, this thing isn't very high, so you could climb over it. Not to mention, if they had, I would have seen them. Are you sure? The witness has answered the question. Anyone going to the studio had to pass by the witness. That's right, Sonny. You let him have it, edgy boy. Edgy boy? Ah, old Weinberg sure has balls, or, well, you know what I mean. Old Weinbergs have a way of skipping over important details after all. Or, for that matter, entirely forgetting them. How convenient. Something for you to be looking forward to, perhaps. Time of poor Rammer's death was... yeah, what do I have? Card key, guide map. Pierced. Yeah, that's true. Only person I saw go to the studio? Yeah, maybe because it's photo number 2 then. Hold on. Look at this photograph one more time. This photo was taken by the camera at the gate for the studios. Yeah, it's because it's photo number 2 then. That's a minor thing. Yes, sir, Sonny? So whenever anyone passes by here, it automatically takes a picture. And here I thought you didn't know your head from the hole in the ground. Right, anyway. It's also true that the computer in the guard station records all security cam data. Oh, you know, if you wanted to work at the studio, we might have an opening. And the very computer printed out this photo. Note that on the back of the photo are printed the words October 15, 2 p.m, photo number 2. Even I know that means it was taken at 2 p.m. on October the 15th. Really, Sonny? Actually, I knew that too. The issue here is the bit at the end where it says photo number 2. Photo number 2? The computer only had data from one photo on that day. Don't you think that's odd? Shouldn't this photo be photo number 1 if it really was the only photo? Order, order! Please tell the court what you mean by this, Mr. Wright. Actually, that's what I want to ask the witness. This evidence shows that not 1, but 2 people went to the studio today. Yet there is only data for one of the photos. Who could have erased the data for the other photo? Only someone with access. The security lady herself. Huh? Me? You watch your mouth, you whippersnapper. The only person I saw that day was Will Powers. But the camera on the gate fired twice. That means 2 people went by. Well, yes, that's what it would seem to mean. Can the witness explain this to the court? I don't understand these newfangled computer things. Edgy boy, help? Yeah, believe me, I want to, but I don't know what this means either. Some help you are. You're a whippersnapper too. Whippersnapper? Something the matter, Miss Oldback? Ah, that's right. I just remembered something. Let me guess. Someone else passed by the gate, someone other than the Steel Samurai. Well, yes, I suppose you could put it that way. I see. Your testimony, please. The other person. Every day after I finish my guard duties, I have one other important job to do. I go through the photos recorded on the security computer and check them. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see. Come to think of it, I remember throwing out one photo that day. Miss Oldbeck, this is the first I've heard of this. Well, of course, honey, I've only just remembered it. Right, anyway, Mr. Wright, please begin the cross-examination. Well, I'd say this was a turn for the unexpected, but I kind of expected this. Ah, well, alright. Yeah, alright. How many photos are there usually? On the day when we're open to the public, we get more than 500 people. But on filming days or rehearsal days, well, we don't have much money. We never get more than 50, and that's a big day. Do you back up all of the security camera data? Oh well, they keep telling me to, yes. But those computers are just so frustrating. So you don't back at them? I throw out any photos that aren't looking suspiciously looking. How exactly do you determine what isn't suspicious looking? Oh, you can tell by looking at their faces, for the most part. For the most part? This is a murder trail, Miss Oldbeck. Oh, well, I didn't touch that suspicious looking Will Flowers photo, didn't I? I think she's missing the point. Come to think of it, now I remember throwing out one photo, right? Did we press that already? Well, who in the heck was in that photo you erased? Huh, fanboy? Fanboy? Steel Samurai fanboys. Really freaks, if you ask me. They get information about the rehearsals from gosh knows where. They're always hanging about. One was there that day. Wait a second. Didn't you just say no one else could get in? I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Those were your words. Well, you must know there's a drain that goes into the employee area. The grate has been loose for a while. It leads outside and, well, that's where they come in. They come in through the drain? I told you they were freaks. Oh, and they're kids, children, whippersnappers. Kids? So on the photo you erased, it was a boy, probably 2nd or 3rd grade. What? Order. Let me get it straight. You saw 2 people pass by the gate. They were on their way to the studios that day. One was the Steel Samurai dragging his leg. The other was a boy who looked to be in about 2nd or 3rd grade. Oh yes, well, you see his type there every day. Can't stop him, can't catch him. A boy in 2nd or 3rd grade? I assume it would be hard, if not impossible, for a young boy to wield samurai spear. Impossible, I think. It's quite heavy. Right, as I said, I didn't pay much mind. That's why I erased the data. Nick, what's going on? I mean, the boy was there. That makes him a suspect. Yeah, and they're already trying to unsuspect him. This court will take a 5-minute recess. I want the defense and the prosecution to consider this new information, and no forgetting vital information this time. October 18, 11:08 AM. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3, not 2. Mr. Powers? Yes? Tell me straight, were you really in your dressing room? You didn't go to the studios. I didn't go to the studios, I was sleeping, honest. I tend to believe him because I'd really say normally his costume should fit him. So who was the Steel Samurai in that security photo? How should I know? The Steel Samurai costume was off in the corner of the dressing room. Anyone could have walked in and taken it, really. What? Yeah, you should take better care of that stuff. I couldn't imagine anyone would want to steal a Steel Samurai costume. So, where does this leave me? It doesn't look good. You're the only likely suspect right now. Nick, what are you going to do? First, we play for more time. We'd start targeting someone else that could conceivably have done this. Right, and it'll take them so long to shoot us down that we can get another day. Right, but if we pick the wrong person, we might lose on the spot. You don't sound very optimistic. I'm not optimistic at all, actually. Hey Nick, it's time. Okay, let's go. What does it mean? Please don't say like that. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Powers. Mr. Edgeworth, will you present a prosecution slot on this matter? The prosecution slot is simple. Nothing has changed. The other person who went to the studio was a boy of roughly 10 years of age. The photo we do have may not be hard evidence, but there is still no one else that could have committed the crime. I call for a verdict of guilty for the defendant, Mr. Will Powers. Very well. Mr. Wright, your thoughts? The defense disagrees with the prosecution's claim. There is another person who could have committed this crime. Order. Interesting. Let us hear who you have in mind. However, be aware that this court does not look kindly on accusing the innocent. If you accuse someone who is obviously innocent, you will be penalized. Alright, great. As if the stakes weren't high enough. But who is this person other than Mr. Powers that could have committed the murder? The assistant girl. It was the assistant. The steel samurai costume was in his dressing room. She stole it, and doing so, she became the steel samurai. So you're saying the steel samurai in the picture is really the assistant? That's correct, Your Honor. If you're serious, you've got guts, Mr. Wright. Remember the photo? Wasn't the steel samurai a little lame? He was dragging his foot. Oh. Uh-oh. Bad feeling time. Remember the testimony concerning Powers' injury. Powers and poor Emma were the run-through. Oh, and me. What about assistant? Oh, her? She was cleaning up backdrops, I think. She didn't know about Powers' ankle. The assistant knew nothing of Mr. Powers' injury. She could look at the steel samurai look with that costume. But she couldn't walk the steel samurai walk. She wouldn't have limped. And that kind of takes the legs out from under the case. Mr. Wright, I'm afraid I have to finalize you as I warned. Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. Maybe move on, Mr. Wright? This fight isn't over yet. If you would, Your Honor, one more chance, please. Very well, go ahead. So who was this person other than Mr. Powers that could have committed the murder? Blah, blah, blah. That's a 50-50, yo. Oh, look. It was a great schoolboy. Why isn't anyone saying anything? Bah, you're seriously suggesting the boy did it, Mr. Wright? Grade school boys kills veteran action star with spear. For one thing, the murder weapon was with the steel samurai. Would you care to explain just how the boy would have obtained it from him? Maybe that was a dumb move on my part. Maybe. How about absolutely, Nick? Mr. Wright, I'm afraid I have to penalize you as I want. Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. If we move on, Mr. Wright. This fight isn't over. If you would, Your Honor, one more chance, please. Very well, go ahead. The security lady herself. It was the security lady, Wendy Oldback. Who? The steel samurai is dragging his leg in his picture. That means whoever was in the suit knew about the morning's injury. Maybe because they had been watching the action scene run through. There was only one person other than Miss Powers and Hammer who knew about the injury. The security lady Oldback. What? Whippersnapper. Order. Is this true, Oldback? Oldback? That's Miss Oldback to you. Didn't she have another name? Miss Oldback was standing guard alone at the main gate. She was by herself, in other words, she has no alibi. She could have briefly left her post to steal the steel samurai costume. then slipped into Studio 1, the scene of the murder. Oh, why would she go through the trouble of wearing the Steel Samurai costume? Simple, Your Honor. She knew the camera at the gate would take her picture. If she was in his costume, she could point a finger at Mr. Powers. I see. Excellent deductive reasoning, Mr. Wright. Oh yeah, right there. Sherlock Holmes the second, baby. That's odd. Isn't this the part where Edgeworth pronounces? Doesn't he usually jump up with an objection and some new damning evidence? Well, Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have an opinion on this matter? The prosecution has no meaningful objections this time. What? What's that supposed to mean? Oh, so you all think I did? Is that it? Edgy boy, don't just sit there, do something. It's my move. Maybe now's my chance to take this to a whole new way. Should we give her a break? I'm not sure. I'm actually absolutely... I don't think she did it. Let's give her a break for now. I guess this does kind of make it look like she's the killer. Funny, I feel bad for her assault on son. It's true that the witness could have conceivably have committed this crime, and we must not forget that the victim was an action hero. As formidable as her personality may be, I'd hope she'd be strong enough. If he moves her from the consideration, that means Mr. Powers it. Sorry, Whiteback, but I don't have a choice. The very same reasoning that makes Mr. Powers a best suspect in this case can be used to cast doubt on Miss Oldback's actions on that day. But why would I do something so horrible to poor Hammer? You forgot that Mr. Powers lacks a clear motive too. Indeed. That did it. Now Whiteback is one of the suspects. No hard feelings. Hope. Wait, just a minute. What about the other person who went to the studios? The boy, the one whose photo I raised. He's only a grade scholar though. As you said, 2nd or 3rd grade, was it? That doesn't matter. When I was that age, I could pin my old man in 10 seconds tops. Your thoughts, Mr. Wright? That boy is not a killer. What? How can you be so sure? Oh, or is it be nice to the kids and mean to your elders, day? Whippersnapper. I have proof. Proof? Indeed. Then let's see this proof, Mr. Wright. You have proof that shows the boy could not have committed a murder. Do I? I guess the card key it is. The scene of the murder, as we all know, was Studio 1. However, you need a card key to enter the Studio 1. How could a boy with no formal relation to the studios have a card key? I see. Well, would the witness care to comment on this? Whiteback, speechless. And this has got to be your first. Very well. This court will suspend proceedings on the current trail for today. Mr. Edgeworth, please find out more about your witness, Miss Windy. What was her name? Something Oldback, Your Honor. Then the prosecution will look further into this Oldback before we continue. That is all. The court is adjourned. Wait a second. I'm not going to just sit here while you run off barking up at the wrong tree. Me! I'm talking. Oh great. Stop the presses. The Whiteback wants to talk. Miss Oldback, what is this all about? Have you omitted something from your testimony? Actually, if you must know, there's something I was told not to talk about. Not to talk about? By whom? Huh? You mean it wasn't Edgeworth who told her not to talk? Well, testify. Oh boy. Gosh, she's a hard nut to crack. Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something. There were some other people at studios on the day of the murder, and they said they had nothing to do with it, you see? So they told me to just pretend they hadn't been at the studios today. But if you're going to go accusing me, I'm not letting them get away scot-free. Miss Oldbag, this is crucial information. Why did you keep this from the court until now? Ain't you been listening? They told me to shut my trap, and I always do what I'm told. I know this isn't a bad dream, Your Honor. Witness the power of the old back. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something. Alright, let's hold that. So you were told not to talk? Yeah, that's right, by the studio and the TV bigwigs, no less. Why didn't I hear about this? Don't be too hard on yourself, Sonny. We were all in on it. All in it. In on it. There were some other people at the studios at the day of murder. Ah, who were these people? Well, the director and the producer, for starters. The director? We should have known something was fishy. How could they have done a run-through of the action scene without the director? Of course. Yes, well, I was surprised no one asked about it. So, where were these people? The director was in the employee area all morning for the run-through. He joined the producer around lunchtime and they had a meeting after that. Where? Oh, in the Studio 2 trailer. Studio 2? There was a Studio 2? Yes, there was a Studio 2, it's on a map. Well, if you look at the guide map, here it is. You go through the gate and all the way to the left. The path where the monkey's head was fallen over. Well, Mr. Wright, would you like to continue the cross-examination? I think I've already asked my questions, but... let's ask the other ones, alright? They said that they had nothing to do with it, alright? Miss Oldbeck, this is a trial for murder. I know that's silly. Still, they were pretty convincing about having nothing to do with it. And they gave me a little bonus on the side. So you got your bonus and you still talked. I think I've asked all the questions I have to ask. Alright, take a break. Your Honor, we have learned there were others at the Global Studios on the day in question. The director and the producer and some bigwigs were all present. And as we stand here, they have not been questioned. I hold that it's impossible to declare a verdict on the defendant, Mr. Powers. The court acknowledges the defense's point. The prosecution will gather more information about the witness, Miss Oldbeck, and more information about these people who we have just been told of. He doesn't look too happy about it. I understand, Your Honor. This ends the day's proceedings with the trial of Mr. Will Powers. That is all. This court is adjourned. October 18, 1:04 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 3. Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. I was right to ask you to defend me. Ah, really? It's nothing. Grin. Should I... Sniff. We'll be going down to the studios to do some more investigation. We have to find out more about this director and producer. They'll be turning up in the next trial as witness for certain. So now's my chance to get a material for the cross-examination. So Nick, have we figured out just who it was in that steel samurai costume? Could it really have been an old wineback? What do you think, Mr. Powers? I don't think it was her, really. Neither do I, Nick. Yeah, I know. Look, I was just buying time back there. Someone had to be the bad guy for a bit to take the pressure off Mr. Powers. Poor old Wineback, I feel kinda sorry for her. Well, she wasn't winning any points in there, with or without my accusations. Okay, let's get down to the studios. Right, we'll be back to visit you soon. Thanks guys. Oh. This has been a tough reading here. Alright, that's gonna be it for today. I hope you have a great day, and we'll see each other tomorrow. Bye bye.